Good day, everyone. We are your presenters, Group 1 of BSN 3D, and today we will discuss our research instrument. So for our members, I am Trisha Catherine Albior. We have Artfield Aguilar, Terence Joshua Andales, Rochelle Clarice Arches, Jenica Blair Arellano, and Sarabel Joy Aring. So for our lesson outline, first is to design and construct a suitable research instrument aligned with the identified research problem, and to assess the developed research instrument by analyzing its advantages and disadvantages.
Now, for our overview, we have our statement of the problem, knowledge, attitudes, and practices of primary caregivers regarding childhood immunization in Barangay Conal, General Santos City. Especially, it sought to answer these questions. What are the demographic profiles of primary caregivers? The age, sex, address, and relationship to the child. Second, what is the level of knowledge of primary caregivers on childhood immunization? Third, what is the level of attitude of primary caregivers towards childhood immunizations? Fourth, what is the level of practice of primary caregivers regarding childhood immunization? Fifth, is there any significant relationship between the level of knowledge and the level of attitude of primary caregivers towards childhood immunization? Next is there any significant relationship between the level of knowledge and the level of practice of primary caregivers toward childhood immunization? And lastly, is there any significant relationship between the level of attitude and the level of practice of primary caregivers towards childhood immunizations?
So next is instrument to be used. The study will utilize a validated and structured questionnaire as the primary tool for data collections. The instrument will be specifically designed to assess the knowledge, attitudes, and practices of primary caregivers regarding childhood vaccination. It will be composed of three main sections, each targeting a different aspect of the caregiver's profile, perspectives, and behaviors. The first part will focus on the demographic profile of the respondents. This section will include items such as age, sex, relationship to the child, and other relevant background information that will help in interpreting the study results. The second part will assess the respondents' knowledge about childhood immunization through multiple choice and yes or no questions derived from the guidelines of the expanded program on immunization World Health Organization 2020. This section will evaluate their understanding of basic immunization concepts. The third part will examine the respondents' attitudes toward childhood immunization using a Likert scale to measure the degree to which they agree or disagree with various statements reflecting their beliefs, perceptions, and feelings about vaccination. The fourth part will assess actual vaccination practices through checklist type and frequency based questions to gather information on behaviors such as adherence to vaccination schedule, and follow up visits.
So next is the questionnaire for the primary caregivers. So for our part 1, we have our demographic profile. So the caregivers are instructed to check the option that applies to them. So for their age, we have the 20 to 22, 23 to 25, 26 to 28, 29 to 30, 31 to 35, 36 to 40, 41 to 45, and 46 and above. For their sex, they could check male or female. Next is their relationship to the child. It could be the parent, guardian, the sibling, the aunt or uncle, or the grandparent. So for the child, they only have to check their age and their sex. So for the part 2, we have the knowledge. So the instruction here is to check the letter that corresponds to their answer, correspond to the answer to the question. So we have 14 questions for the knowledge. And for part 3, we have the attitude. So they're also instructed to check the number that best represents their opinion. So 1 is strongly disagree, 2 is disagree, 3 is neutral, 4 is agree, and 5 is strongly agree. So we have 29, no, wait. Yes, we have over 29 questions. And for the part 4, for the practices, they are also instructed to check the frequency that best describes their practice. So, 1 is hindi kailanman, 2 is bihira, 3 is paminsan-minsan, and 4 is madalas, and 5 is palagi.
So now let's proceed to the advantages. For the first advantage, which is the reliability and validity. So since the questionnaire is validated, it ensures consistent and accurate measurement of caregivers for the knowledge, attitude, and practices. This reduces measurement of bias. Next is the standardization, which is a structured format, so it allows all participants to respond to the same set of questions in the same way. So this makes the result comparable across individuals and group. And the third advantage is the efficiency in the data collection. So this can be administered to large groups of caregivers quickly and systematically. This saves time and also the resources. For the fourth advantages, quantifiable data, which is it is a responses can be coded and analyzed statistically. It allows researcher to identify trends, correlation, and significant predictors of vaccination behavior. The fifth advantage, which is to minimization of research bias, which is a structured tool. It reduces interviewer influence since questions are predetermined and not subject to spontaneous wording. And the next is the clarity of scope, which focused questions help ensures that the data collected is directly relevant to the research objective, specifically the knowledge, attitude, and also the practices. And for the last advantage, so it is a ease of replication, which is a validated tool can be reused in different settings, population, or time to compare results, enhancing generalizability.
So for the disadvantages, so for the number one, limited depth of responses. So structured questionnaires may not capture nuanced beliefs, cultural influences, or emotional aspects behind caregivers' vaccination decisions. Number two is response to bias. So caregivers may provide socially desirable answers. Examples are overstating support for vaccination rather than their true beliefs and practices. Then number three is inflexibility. So the rigid structure does not allow probing or clarification if a caregiver misunderstands a question. So for the number four is cultural and language barrier. So even validated tools may require adaptation to local language or cultural context. Otherwise, they risk misinterpretation. And number five is exclusion of non-literate caregivers. So self-administered questionnaire may disadvantage participants with limited literacy unless interviewer assistance is provided. Then for the number six is potential for missing content, so may not account for external factors influencing practices such as access to healthcare and misinformation community beliefs. Next, please. Then lastly is risk of low response rate. So if questionnaires are long or repetitive, caregivers may lose interest, affecting completeness and quality of data.
For the evaluate the instruments based on the criteria, the research instrument used in this study is a validated and structured questionnaire composed of four main sections: demographic profile, knowledge, attitudes, and practices of primary caregivers regarding childhood vaccination. Each of the each of primary caregivers regarding childhood vaccination, each section is carefully designed to align with the study's objectives, ensuring strong content and constructability. The use of clear instructions, multiple choice, and Likert scale formats allows for accurate and consistent data collection. Its standardized structure minimizes researcher bias, promotes reliability, and ensures comparability of responses across participants. Moreover, the questionnaires' simple and culturally appropriate language make it suitable for caregivers with different literacy levels, encouraging encouraging honest and comprehensible responses. Next is, while the instrument's structured nature may limit deeper insights into caregivers' personal beliefs or emotions, it remains efficient and objective for gathering measurable data. It allows it also allows for statistical gathering and measurable data. It also allows for statistical analysis that can identify patterns, correlations, and influencing factors related to vaccination behaviors. Overall, the questionnaire is comprehensive, reliable, and appropriate for assessing the knowledge, attitudes, and practices of primary caregivers toward child vaccination, providing meaningful evidence to support public health initiatives and nursing research. So that's all. Thank you.